Good morning. Things are really busy in March and April. Even during the pandemic, there are holy day events always going on in OTO communities and things like that. Uh, and we're getting ready for the online festivities for the 3 days of the writing of the Book of the Law. And I'm trying to share as much as I can with that every day on Facebook too. So there should be crazy little postings for the next few days. But anyway, today we're reading chapter 8, or we're starting chapter 8, which is the Holy Guardian Angel. And many of you were part of the Holy Guardian Angel Zoom presentation that we did last week. And so this is a very timely part of the book to be talking about right now. Knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel. The single supreme ritual is the attainment of the knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel. It is the raising of the complete man in a vertical line. Any deviation from this line tends to become black magic. Any other operation is black magic. If the magician needs to perform any other operations than this, it is only lawful insofar as it is a necessary preliminary to that one work. And that's Aleister Crowley, a little epigram there from his book Magick, or Magic in Theory and Practice. No aspect of the magic of Thelema is more important than the knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel. It is the classic and universal personal religious experience. Until attained, no vision, ritual, invocation, evocation, conjuration, divination, yogic discipline, or magical practice can be truly efficacious or trustworthy. It is the unacknowledged central truth underlying the world's so-called great religions, and the key to the understanding of the myths upon which they are founded. The Holy Guardian Angel is the divine object of devotion of the Bhakti Yogi, Krishna to the Hindu, Christ to the Christian. No matter by what name or in what form, the Holy Guardian Angel transfigures the devotee and bestows bliss and an expanded consciousness, which is the prerequisite to any further spiritual experience or attainment. The concept of the HGA is ancient, but the term Holy Guardian Angel, as it is used in magic, is relatively new. In 1888, Golden Dawn adept S.L. MacGregor Mathers translated an extraordinary 15th century grimoire called The Book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage, purportedly written in 1458. Abraham the Jew, an enigmatic character not without historical credentials in Central Europe, European court intrigues, this remarkable work proved to be quite unlike any other magical text. Now I'm just going to pause for a second here and make sure my things are adjusted okay. Okay, I guess they are. While contemporary grimoires sent would-be magicians on endless scavenger hunts, tracking down bat's blood, eye of newt, etc., in order to summon the power to bewitch the neighbor's cow or repel the evil eye, Abramelin introduces a novel idea. In order to receive real magical power, the magician must first actually become an individual of superior spiritual integrity. To exercise godlike powers, one must be godlike. Pious affirmations and the parroting of pre-composed magical incantations are useless unless the magician be truly a holy person. This simple yet profound theory was a radical departure from the primitive techniques of medieval European magic and elevated the art to a level comparable to the yogic sciences of the East. The book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage postulates that every individual has a holy guardian angel, a spiritual being unique to each of us. This being, whose true nature can only be adequately explained by itself, is more than a projection of our perfected self. Indeed, until we have united with this being, we don't even possess the equipment necessary to comprehend its nature. By assuming an attitude not unlike that of a lovesick suitor who can do nothing but pine for his beloved, we trigger within ourselves an arsenal of inherited emotional responses, which can be focused and amplified to such a degree that union with this abstract lover is actually achieved. In the language of the Kabbalist, we are the He final, 5 of the Tetragrammaton. And the Holy Guardian Angel is the Vav, 6. The Holy Guardian Angel is the prince who awakens the sleeping princess. Once this union is realized, both we and our angel are transformed into a higher spiritual being who is capable of truly mastering the unbalanced forces of the lower worlds. Only then are we eligible to receive personal spiritual guidance from the only reliable source in the universe, ourselves. The Kabbalistic environment of the HGA is the 6th Sephirah, Tifereth. In the AA graded system of initiation, it represents the attainment of 5 degrees equals 6, the grade of Adeptus Minor. The Abramelin operation is simple yet arduous. The house or a secured rustic environment is required. The magician must be sufficiently independent and self-reliant enough to continue the operation without interruption for 6 consecutive months. Now, since this was written, the complete book of Abramelin has been translated into English and published, revealing that the Mather's translation of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage was a fragment, if you will, of the complete text. And actually, it's an 18-month ceremony. But at the time this was written, everybody was working off the Abramelin operation as I'm describing it here. In either event, the formulae of both the 6-month and the 18-month operation are the same. Every 2 months, the regimen of prayer, fasting, and devotional activities increases in length and intensity. Until near the end of the operation, the magician is in a state of perpetual, all-consuming hunger for the angel. Shortly after the angel's arrival, the magician is instructed to call forth the 4 great princes of evil and compel their obedience and extract oaths of allegiance. The next day, the same is done with the 8 sub-princes, and so on until the entire population of the infernal realms have sworn their obedience and allegiance to the new HGAized magician. I'm often asked why the first thing a magician does after 6 months of pious aspiration for the higher spiritual reality is to summon the denizens of hell. The answer is simple. You're not operating in a vacuum. As above, so below. Your angel has descended to vouchsafe you the grace of union. In order to complete the circuit and assure an uninterrupted flow of this divine current, you must in turn descend and transmute that same grace to the world beneath you. Now, I'm going to digress and go back just a moment to the last chapter on the hexagram, where we discuss chapter 69 of the Book of Lies. This is the holy hexagram. Plunge from the height, O God, and interlock with man. Plunge from the height, O man, and interlock with beast. So, keeping that in mind, your angel has descended to vouchsafe you the grace of union. In order to complete the circuit and assure an uninterrupted flow of this divine current, you must in turn descend and transmit that same grace to the world beneath you. If you fail to redeem, control, and train the menagerie of your lower nature, those demons will resurface as soon as the glow of the angel's presence has faded and literally play hell with you. In corporate terms, the workers will eventually revolt if the management does not share with them the benefits of increased profits. I'm going to say that again. The workers will eventually revolt if management does not share with them the benefits of increased profits. Individuals who admit to attempting the sacred magic of Abramelin the Mage are rare. It's rarer still to find credible individuals who maintain that they have successfully executed the formal procedure. Israel Regardi once told me that with the exception of Crowley, he knew of no one who successfully concluded an Abramelin operation. Well, I'll digress to say that I've known a couple of wonderful individuals who have. So, Crowley made 2 attempts before successfully completing it. He purchased Boleskine House on the shore of Loch Ness for the express purpose of performing the operation. He was interrupted first in 1900 to go to Mather's aid in Paris during the period of the collapse of the Golden Dawn, then in 1903 to marry his first wife, Rose. So in other words, he started to do it, but then got interrupted to go help Mathers in the disintegration of the Golden Dawn. Then he was going to do it again, but interrupted it to get married. Okay, and of course, him getting married to Rose resulted shortly in the reception of the Book of the Law and all of that. So it's always a good thing to start it, okay, because a cosmic event that probably needs to be done will interrupt it. But that's just my personal I digress. When he finally succeeded, it was under the most unbelievably difficult circumstances. It was in 1906 while walking across China. He mentally performed the invocation of the Holy Guardian Angel. The entire procedure was internalized. The temple, the furniture, the accoutrements, all visualized and projected upon the screen of his mind and held there by intense concentration. The invocations and the prayers were mentally rehearsed day after day. So focused was his concentration that at one point it took him several moments to realize that he and his pony had both fallen over a small cliff. His success proved to him that the basic formulae and procedures of the Abramelin operation were viable. It also became clear that as long as the general program of invoking often and inflaming oneself in prayer was strictly followed, the particulars of the ceremony could vary considerably from those laid down in the 1458 text. It was during this period that he developed the techniques that would form the basis of what he would consider, quote, the most powerful and exalted of all my magical instructions, unquote. Liber Samach. And that's where we will stop today. We've been introduced to Liber Samach. And it's a sort of a long chapter, so this is a good place for us to break. Well, continue to take care of yourself, continue to be good to yourself, and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. We'll see you tomorrow.